So hello and welcome back to the channel and welcome to another Project Cars 2 video. Yes, today we're going to be looking at the controller settings, and thanks to Classicphysique we're going to be looking at some of the fastest settings in the world. And yes, I mean that quite literally. He has set benchmark after benchmark on this game, and some of the top times, he's got more lap times, lap world records than Lewis Hamilton has had changes of hairstyles. You cannot believe how many lap times this guy has got. If you look through all the leaderboards, if you've got more time than you can spend during the day gaming, you could probably spend it trying to find places that he hasn't actually set a lap time. So thanks very much to Classicphysique, who was quite willing to divulge all his settings, and would like to wish anybody else all the best in using the settings. Let's get into have a look at them and see what they're all about. So let's get into these settings and see how they might possibly differ from other people's setups. So we're just using a standard Xbox One controller and going through them. Just pause the video where you need to, but he has mentioned when using road cars that the sensitivity is a little bit higher than when he's using the Rally Type X or Rallycross settings. So yeah, just to adjust those accordingly. He also changes the A for handbrake and KERS when he's using different types of vehicles. As you can see, I've also got a few keys that I've assigned because I'm using a keyboard, or you might have a button box, so just to make the configuration a little bit more user friendly and being able to use everything at your disposal. I've just added a few extras in there as well. One of the other things that I did change that's right at the end of this section was the sensitivity for myself. This is not used by Classicphysique, but in order to be able to use the car, I just found it really twitchy. Now, I'm not used to using a controller at all in this game, so for younger people or people that are used to using a controller, they might very well find that Classicphysique's settings work perfectly, but I just found it too quick to react between left to right. If you were trying to like save a spin, for example, and you were going from one lot to another lot, I just found myself spinning the car out all the time. So just that last slide was my own settings that I've changed personally, and everything else is as per Classic uses himself. So hopefully you find these useful. Let's get into having a look and see how I went on setting a lap around Road America. So earlier today I got behind the wheel just as per usual and set myself a lap around Road America. Took quite a long time actually to get into the 154s, and I'll divulge all that setup, the ghost that I'm chasing, in another video. But for this one I'm chasing the ghost that I set earlier using the control pad, so I do know a lot about how I need to be turning the car and where I need to be braking and such for this setup. And a few things that I did change in the setup was the steering ratio. I think went back to 15:1, I think, and I think the brake pressure just went down a little bit just to try and be a little bit more accurate with the braking. Now just bear in mind that I've had about 20 to 30 minutes using these settings that I'm using from Classic, and I've got to be honest, some of the corners do feel a little bit easier to take, and I know how hard it was to set a 154 lap, and it is absolutely rock hard to get into the 54s. I must have been at it for a good number of hours trying to get this car dialed in, but some of the corners do feel so much easier, especially this one. Just seemed able to keep hold of third gear and just really nail third gear through this section quite easily, and taking this next corner feels quite easy as well. But looking at Classicphysique's lap time for this one is a low 154, which is probably about 0.3 per sector faster than the lap time that I've been able to set myself. But I really was surprised how quickly I managed to get a good lap time set with this. Using my old settings for the controller, I'd used to use both analog sticks. As soon as I mentioned that to Classic, he says, "Oh, that's all wrong. you definitely want to be using the LT and RT for accelerate and brake, which is definitely far more versatile. But just looking at the sector times there, even the last sector, just 6/10 away from my own personal best, which was unbelievable, really. Yes, I'm a little bit slower in the other sectors, but this is after half an hour, so just imagine what you could do if this was your only option. So yeah, I'll leave you with that. If you've enjoyed the video, please do press that subscribe button, leave a like, leave a comment, say a thank you to Classic Physique as well for sharing these settings. But yeah, please do try them, let me know what you think, and thanks for watching. I'll leave you with the replay, and ciao for now.